Hi, hello everyone. It is Mama Smash here with today's speed build, and I am continuing on with the theme of doing a specific pack and then only using that pack in the base game and doing a build kind of based on whatever that pack inspires me. And the next pack actually in the stuff packs was the spooky stuff pack, so that ended up being a fun thing to be doing right now. I at first I thought, well, but it's not October, so spooky stuff isn't really on my mind right now. But then we got this new stuff pack announcement for paranormal stuff, and so this actually was a really fun build. So I originally started out trying to build a kind of kid's bedroom. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a spooky bedroom, but then thought, well, maybe it could be a haunted house instead. And I actually built this last week before the official pack announcement, so I knew that there was going to be some sort of ghosty type pack announced this week, but didn't know what the theme was or anything. And now I'm pretty excited to eventually see if I could actually turn this into a haunted house lot with this new pack that's coming out. But for now, it is a haunted house, kind of like I would think of one where you walk through the different hallways and there's different things to scare you or, whatever. So that was kind of the theme for doing this build. And so I started out, like I said, with kind of building this kids room, which is still, the room is still over in the corner, and I'll delete it eventually when I realize that I'm going to keep going with this haunted house theme instead. And the haunted house has, I believe, 4 different rooms that you kind of go through, and then a bunch of long hallways, as well as a space for like kids to hang out. So, like parents were going to go to a haunted house, but they wanted their kids to have fun. There's a little kids area with like a different entrance, and there's like the skeleton bear in there and some pumpkin carving stations. So that's more of a fun place where kids could kind of go hang out. And this pack is actually pretty cool. I like a lot of the decorations that come with it. It does have that kind of spooky vibe that it's supposed to have. And so I liked these kind of like wall sconces that have the skeletal hand holding a candle. I thought that was kind of fun, so I used that for the light pretty much throughout the entire build. Other than outside, there's these kind of ghosts that are light up lanterns as well, and so I use those on the outside. And one thing I like about this pack is not every stuff pack comes with like flooring and wallpaper, but this one does. It comes with quite a bit of options for different flooring and wallpaper, and I like that a lot. So it comes with a bunch of different swatches for a wood floor that's kind of like beat up and dilapidated, and then it has this like fun carpet that looks like candy corn that I end up using in the kids' room. And then it has a bunch of different wallpapers with like ghosts and spider webs as well, and bats. That's the other one. Yeah, so it was fun kind of trying to figure out where all of this would fit into this build. And and it has siding too. I forgot about that on the outside as well. So it has a lot of different options, which is really nice for figuring out how you want to do a build. And like I said, with stuff packs, it can be kind of hard. So I appreciated that. I also made use of some platforms in this, particularly around the edges of the roof, which as you can see, I'm doing right now. So I kind of went around and made this like upper level that there's nothing in the upper level. I actually end up filling it with platforms so that there's nothing there. But I do this platform all the way around to kind of give it like a thicker vibe for the roofing of it, so it doesn't just look really flat with this these two kind of like pillar areas with the roofing on top. So yeah, I kind of like how that turned out. I like doing the roof, how it kind of goes concave. I think it really gives it a fun, different look than you might see on like a normal like suburban house. And so I always think it's fun to kind of mess with the roofing in that way and see what you can do. And so for this pillar, it is a platform, but I had to end up putting half walls around it so that I could make it whatever color I wanted, because the colors that I wanted were not they didn't really fit for the platform siding to kind of fit into this same black like wood old like wood look that the outside has. So and so the haunted house itself kind of has a few different spaces. So you like first go in the front door and there's kind of like a chair and then like a bookcase and then a door. And so I imagine that like, you know, you would come in and like there would be this person there to like greet you, kind of like creepy, you know, and you know, urge you to enter into the haunted house. And so then you would go through the door. There's a hallway and then you get to another door and you go through that, and then there's kind of this like old dining space with the white coverings on the chairs to show it hasn't been used in a while, and a bunch of spiders everywhere. And then there's two ways that you can continue on. You can either go through a doorway that would go through the rest of the haunted house, or I actually put in like a separate doorway that would go back out to the exit. So you'd exit back into the front of the haunted house, because I feel like a haunted house often has that thing right at the beginning where they're like, you know, this is your chance to turn back now. And so I wanted people to have that chance. So there is an option about like one room in if you think your sim is just not gonna do that. So and with all of the hallways, I did end up having this kind of like center part that I was just working on that is open to the elements. It's outside, but you can see it through one of the windows. There aren't that many windows on the inside that are open other than that one, which is kind of in this like witchy sort of room, which I'll get to in a minute. But as you can see, I just finished the room with all the spiders, and then I also did spiders in this hallway right here. Different design of spiders, but I put spiders in this hallway too, going into this like next room, which has some like jack-o'-lanterns in it and some like fun stuff on the wall. I ended up putting keys up on the wall, so it's that's kind of like that. And this place really is more spooky than necessarily scary, but I think it's still kind of fun. And then after you leave this spooky room with the jack-o'-lanterns and the keys, there's a big long hallway with a bunch of portraits that you can see on the walls, and then you end up in the like witch's room, which I'll work on in a minute. Right now I was trying to figure out how this looked, because the chairs that come in this pack don't actually sit at the table that comes with this pack, so I kind of had to make them fit at the table even though they're not supposed to do that. So and then I went through and like deleted all the lights I had put in there so that you could just see the lights with the wall sconces instead. And so then once you get through that witchy room, then you go through another hallway, and then there is this room, which is like a library. So I kind of switched back and forth between the two of them, kind of trying to figure out this library space and this like witchy space. Try to put in a bunch of clutter, which I was surprised to see what I found when I just kind of searched a bunch of stuff, like including things that you kind of unlock. I've got like some like potion type ingredients or like this like treasure chest or candles. There was some like ancient scrolls and ancient tomes that I ended up putting out that just seemed like something you might have. And this cauldron in the center of this witch room like comes with the pack. It actually lights up a little bit, which is kind of fun too. And then yeah, this like necklace thing, it reminded me, if you're a Harry Potter fan, of in the like 6th movie or 6th book I should say, where there's a necklace that gets cursed. It kind of reminded me of that, so I put that in the witch room as well. And then I put some actual tombstones to go with these light up tombstones on the outside. So then you get through and you get into this little like more library type area with a bunch of bookshelves. It's got a fireplace and then furniture that has the sheets over it, much like it would have. This doesn't have any like spider webs or anything like that, because it does just use spooky stuff and base game. But if you wanted to use it in your own game, you could do that and put some, if you have vampires, you could put in some spider webs or anything like that around. This will be up on the gallery under my Sims gallery ID, Mama Smash RR. And yeah, we'll see how you might be able to add to this when Paranormal Stuff comes out in a couple weeks. And let me know down in the comments either if you like haunted houses or what you think of the new Paranormal Stuff pack that's going to come out in a couple weeks. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm interested to hear how people are feeling about this new pack. So that is going to be about it. I'm just putting some final portraits and doing some final color changes to liven things up in this kids' room. Other than adding in the colors to make the kids' room more fun, I added in that cow plant movie poster. I think it's kind of funny, so I think adds a little bit of playful kid energy into this haunted house. So I put that in there as well. And then now that the inside is done, I will move on to the landscaping on the outside. So I put in some different trees and lots of like overgrown grass around the roots of the trees to kind of give it that feel of maybe, you know, people aren't really around here very much. And then I was trying to figure out the tile that I wanted for going around to the entrance for the kids' place and the other entrance, and I struggled trying to figure out how I wanted this walkway to look quite a bit, but eventually it's just this nice little brick path or stone path over to the kids' entrance with little ghosties on the outside and this fun orange door instead of the just blank one on the front. So and the outside I did add in some lights as well as on the inside, but it also doesn't have as many lights as I might normally have put because the point is kind of for it to not be super bright. So and then I also went through and put these rose bushes that just kind of have this creepy vibe. I don't know, maybe rose bushes aren't really that creepy, but that was one final addition that I kind of added in there. So yeah, that is going to be about the end of this build. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all next time. Hope you're all having a smashing day. Bye!